hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality. While listening, you'll be exposed to inspiring, empowering, and unifying perspectives that I'm highly confident will yield stellar results in your life if you opt to try them on for size. Also, at optimistic.tv, we have officially begun releasing the first few episodes of our new late-night style, consciousness-elevating video variety talk show, Optimistic, which features live visionary art, soul share interviews, retreat guests here at the Mystic Manor, as well as live musical performances. I'm also super excited to announce that we are currently making plans to release the rest of Season 1 on my personal favorite online streaming service. So stay tuned to optimistic.tv to follow the unfolding development of this exciting Optimistic expansion, as we'll be posting more info and release dates there soon. And in the meantime, be sure to check out, of course, the first few episodes at optimistic.tv as well.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just want to say how much I love you all so much. I have had the opportunity to connect with a few of you lately, and it's been such an honor. I absolutely love it. I love meeting new friends from all across the globe. And the thing that has been coming to my awareness lately is the topic of resistance and resistance in my life. And I would have never met any of these people, any of you, if I had listened to my resistance. And this is something that's been coming to my awareness over the last few years, actually, but a lot lately. It's just been kind of smacking me in the face and making me realize that I have been keeping myself or blocking myself from opportunity and a whole ton of fun and happiness, all because of a resistance for one reason or another. And for me, resistance will come in different ways. A lot of times it could be fear, and that one is a little easier for me to work with. But the resistance that I struggle with is the resistance of like the principle of the thing or the idea of the thing, or from my perspective, I feel this way. And so in my life, I have seen where I have been resistant in that way, and it has kept me from potential opportunity. And it's really coming to light right now. And so I want to share it. What's funny is that I've been told for, I don't know, like 15 plus years now, that I need to be more open to the possibilities. And it's funny, when I'm told these little things, I don't quite get it. And it's because I'm stubborn. It plays into my resistance. This is a big lesson for me to learn. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I know I'm not the only one, and hopefully that my trials and tribulations can help you, because really life can be so easy if we just get out of our own way. We're just in our own way. And one of the ways that I personally have gotten in my own way is by refusing to listen. By refusing to listen to another's point of view, really. So, for instance, maybe I've come across a spiritual teacher or someone new in my awareness, and I go and I listen to maybe, a little bit, and something that is said or something in the, overall energy of it isn't sitting well with me. And so I shut it off because I immediately have put it into a box, made a judgment, and from my perceptions of what's like in my reality, that's not fitting. And so I don't listen to it. This has kept me from learning over the years. And so now, every time something comes into my awareness, I realize, or at least I try to remind myself, because, it's easy to fall into old habits. But it's easier to remind yourself after lots of practice that we can trust that whatever is coming into our awareness is here for us to learn from. And so I've gone back to those spiritual teachers that I've refused to listen to and learned a whole lot. Absolutely really like them. And I've examined what was going on in my psyche at the time and why I didn't want to listen to it. And it's all just my own resistance. My own resistance to changing my perspective, to being open to the possibilities. And it's so silly. It's so silly because I hold myself back every time. And if we could all just ride the flow and not resist the things, even the little things that are coming to us, those big things will be a whole lot easier. So, for example, this is one of the biggest things, and this is what really made me more aware of this as of late. Samantha had been asking me for months about learning about the essential oils and the business that she was doing. And I had heard about the company for many years. I'd known about it. And I have been resistant to it for 10 plus, maybe 15 years because of the principle of the matter. Because I had this perspective that a multi-level marketing or pyramid scheme company could never be good for any reason. Well, over the last few years, this business concept has come into my awareness, and little by little, I've been giving it more allowance, meaning I've been just kind of observing it and seeing what other people say about it. And I've heard how Brandon describes the business concept behind a network marketing company and Tony Robbins. And when I hear those two explain it, I'm like, yeah, that's really, really smart. And so after months of Samantha getting at me, and literally when the first time that she asked me, I was like, no, was my response in my head. Like, yeah, I don't think so, but thanks. But she kept at me and made me look at it. And I'm really, really grateful that she did, because now I've opened myself to learning about it. And what I'm learning, I'm loving. And I'm so, so grateful because I'm having so much fun with it. And if I would have kept on with this resistance because of my principles of the matter, I would have never been having this much fun. And so I am just laughing at my ridiculousness about how I have kept myself for years and years and years from just expanding and growing because I was either afraid or too stuck in my own perceptions.
Before we continue on with today's episode, I'd like to take a quick moment to tell you about our sponsor, Curable. Curable is an app that takes a different approach to helping people manage and alleviate their chronic pain. I know it's been hard to watch my own father, who I've always viewed as indestructible, become increasingly limited in his movements due to chronic knee pain and having to deal with the frustration of not knowing how to treat it effectively. Fortunately, modern neuroscience is illuminating more and more how chronic pain develops and worsens, Studies show that the brain and central nervous system play a much more significant role in chronic pain than we once thought, and by retraining the brain to process pain differently, we can reduce symptoms and gain more control. So, if you're struggling with chronic pain, the Curable app can help you get your life back by guiding you through science-backed techniques designed to help you overcome fear of movement, symptoms, and never getting better. It also offers strategies that can help retrain your brain's response to pain and in many cases reduce the intensity and frequency of symptoms. Curable offers both a free and paid version of the app. If you use our link to sign up and get started with the free version, you'll get 50% off if you ever decide to upgrade to a subscription. Just go to getcurable.com/positivehead to set up your free account. That's spelled GETCURABLE.com/positivehead.
And so hopefully I am learning this lesson. I want to share this with you all. So if this is something that you're struggling with, maybe you can be more open to the possibilities. Meaning, if something doesn't really sit well with you, but it came into your awareness, well, okay, that's cool. Check it out. Just look into it and then see how you feel. Don't make that quick judgment, like judging the book by its cover, right? We are human creatures and we tend to do that. And the less we do it, the more open to these amazing possibilities we can be. So, you guys, I thought I would go old school positive head today and play an Abraham Hicks clip on resistance. This is from the Art of Manifesting YouTube page, Abraham Hicks 2020. This magically stops resistance. Take a listen.
We are.
I wanted to talk about today my manifestations. They always seem to go somewhere else.
Wow.
And big ones. They're big, really big.
This is really good because this is the perfect logical continuation of this conversation. That's why right before you came up, we said the maintaining of your vibration, the maintaining of your vibration, the maintaining of your vibration. Mm-hmm. So what we were talking about a little bit ago, and we'll let you speak, but we just want to lay a little groundwork here. What we're talking about is finding the path of least resistance and practicing feeling good until you've allowed something to manifest. But once it is manifested, the appreciation that you feel for it is what continues its relationship with you. But defending it or justifying it to others who have decided you don't deserve it, that's what causes your vibration to erode so it doesn't stay with you. Does that sound familiar at all?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I learned to let go of a lot of things. I noticed that at one time, when I was younger, I kind of understood this at an early age.
Yes, you did. You all did. And then you got talked out of it by others who had forgotten.
Yeah, but it was kind of just in a blink of an eye, just a thought, and then it kind of scared me, and then I just felt like I was boxed into a lot of resistance, and then I didn't know how to get out of it, and it's just...
What do you do now?
I keep good momentum, but it's almost like the resistance, it's conscious.
Well, this is the phrase that we would like you to say many, many, many times in the day as you're moving forward. That was then, this is now.
Uh-huh.
That was then, this is now. 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 And then I didn't know what I know now, and what I know now is different than what I knew then. Everything in my life reflects what I know now, and so sometimes I like to take a little trek down memory lane because everything I lived, as best as I can remember it, validates what I know now. But what I know now is that I can take a path of lesser resistance. So is there something that you had that went away that you're wanting to bring back? You said big things. You said big things.
Oh, man, it's just
Well,
it could be a song I was singing, and then it's a hit song, 2 years later, and it's just a trip. There's just
Say that again.
Like
a song that you were singing?
Yeah, I mean, like, I could be just goofing around with my kids or something, or just freestyling, or just doing, just
But
being,
we want to hear about the song. Singing the song, and then 2 years later, what?
It just being on the radio.
Yes?
Like a #1 song or something. Just stuff like that. Just in a relaxed state. Just simple things.
So you feel like the maestro that is controlling your universe?
It's there, but I feel like I know it's there, but I just feel like it's kind of just like bricks on me, and then okay, we like that, And
well, the reason it feels random is because you're not consistent in it. And the reason you're not consistent in it is because you are like almost everybody. You're doing more observing than you are deliberate thinking. But we're wanting you to feel your way through these things. So when you sat down, what was on your mind? What is it that you most want to understand?
I don't know how to get rid of the resistance completely. I feel like I meditate, and I feel like
we don't want you to get rid of all resistance all at once.
Yeah.
And you never will be completely rid of resistance, because you're moving into new territory, and unknowns cause resistance. Mm-hmm. But the way to release resistance is by caring about the way you feel, and by hearing us and practicing the notion of taking the path of least resistance. So let's take a subject and let's do it. Let's find less resistance on a subject that matters to you.
All right. On a subject that matters to me, least resistance, I don't like to worry, and I think my problem is I do worry about other people more than myself, but I just don't.
All right, so give us an example of something that you worry about, because we want to say worry is your indication of resistance. So I have resistance. I'm taking the path of more resistance by deliberately worrying about someone. Yeah. So pick some common subject that you often worry about, and let's work the kinks out of it. Make a worrisome statement. I worry about
just like my future,
wait a minute. You said I worry about other people more than I worry about myself.
I do.
So give us some of that.
All right. Well, then I worry about my kids a lot.
I worry about my kids a lot. Be more specific.
I can't go there. I don't feel worried at all about them right now, but I have.
Well, that may be the most important thing that anyone said all day. Don't make me go there. And so basically you're just giving us lip service to your disconnection. Yeah. In other words, you really have no resistance right now. You're just wanting to talk about it in case you ever get some again.
Yeah. No, but my resistance is, I sound crazy, but sometimes I feel like my resistance is like actual, I can hear it. I can hear like voices and stuff.
That's just weird.
It is weird. And I think I manifested that. I think I was a kid, and I just said, this is the vortex, and what is it doing there, And I was scared of it, and I didn't want to be scared of it, and I think I manifested a lot of things that I'm dealing with now as a child, and I don't know why it was there. It scared me, and I wanted to I played around in it.
Here's the path of least resistance for you. We're going to speak from your point of view. I remember from a previous time of my life being in more consistent alignment. I remember feeling my power even more than I feel it now. Not necessarily more in the terms of greater spiking of it, but more steady. And then, I don't know how, but somehow that sort of eroded, and I never took that well. And now I'm realizing that the reason that I keep wanting to get back to that more powerful feeling, back to that more consistent feeling of well-being, is because that really is what's natural to me. So as I'm moving through my day-to-day experiences, I'm sort of all over the place. I'm really interested in a lot of things. I'm interested in people. I care about people. My mind goes quickly. I guess the best way I could describe myself is I am a relator. I relate to things. I try to relate to things. I try to understand where people are coming from. And in doing so, I'm realizing now that I'm kind of doing a disservice to myself because I'm scattering my energy. And so I don't have the clarity that I once felt. I easily go here and here and here and here and here. At one time, I heard from some, and maybe I attempted it to some degree. I became a sort of pleaser because I want others around me to feel good. And so I'm really accommodating. I care about people feeling good. But the more I try to do that, the more I'm realizing that not only do I disempower them to some degree, but I'm scattering my own energy. So even though I'm pretty sure I know what I want, there's so many things that I'm thinking about all at the same time that I can't even express clearly what I want very well. So now as I sit here, I realize that I'm feeling pretty good, and that part of my wanting to have conversation about where I've been or even where I am feels irrelevant to me right now, because I can feel somehow I've managed to get back to that place where I'm feeling that natural alignment. But in feeling that natural alignment, I'm afraid that it's not enough. It keeps occurring to me that I need to be doing other things, that there's more that I should be doing, that just feeling alignment isn't enough. And I can hear Abraham trying to convince us all that feeling that alignment is enough. I think what would serve me, we're speaking for you still, I think what would serve me is to just let myself make more decisions in every day. I think my determination to hold steady in a vibration has caused me to not reach into the new as much as is really good for me. So I've sort of slowed the momentum. And in slowing the momentum, I don't feel as vital and as alive as I once felt and as I want to feel. In my guardedness of wanting to maintain balance, I have sort of stopped the momentum, I think because I was not trusting that I have the ability to find new momentum and then gain balance, and find new momentum and then gain balance. Make sense to you?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of momentum.
Yes.
I guess what I manifested won't let me get good momentum again.
But the only thing that slows momentum, here's the physics of momentum. First, understand that through contrast, you've launched rockets, and that was a momentum. Not discernible to you, but your rocket of desire had momentum. Source received the rocket, understood it fully, and holds the vibrational frequency of it. And law of attraction is now responding to that understanding of your desire. So your desire is continuing to expand. You launched it, and it's getting bigger. So the only question is, where do you, with your mind, stand in relationship to this desire? And the way you know is by the way you feel. So there was momentum when you launched it, and source is maintaining the momentum of your desire. The momentum is there, but you just can't jump on it from anywhere. You have to be in a state of allowing yourself. The cork that you hold under the water is the stopping of the momentum. When you let go of it, that cork will gain its own momentum. It's not something that you have to apply to it. This is the thing that we really want you to understand. You don't add the momentum. You just don't get in the way of the momentum. In other words, if you don't do those things you do that slow momentum, momentum will go. Law of attraction insists that it does, you see. So what slows momentum is, I want this, but it isn't here yet. That slows momentum. I really like this, but so-and-so in my life doesn't think I should do that. I think this is a good idea, but last time I tried that, it didn't work out. So it's this back and forth that slows momentum. And that's the only thing that slows momentum. And nobody else is doing it. It's only your own split energy. And so what is necessary is more sensitivity at the early stages. It's like you launch a rocket and then you just shoot it in the foot. You launch a rocket and then you just shoot it in the foot. And your practicality will do that. Also, your guardedness of not wanting to get too out of control will do that. We know for sure about you that you've launched so many rockets and you rode them hard and you had a great time, and others criticized you for your irresponsible behavior. And now there's a part of you that doesn't want to go back to that condemnation of irresponsible behavior. And we want to say to you, the only thing that's irresponsible about you ever is not going in the direction of the rocket. It's not listening to your own guidance, and it's not going. You're holding yourself back for no good reason, you see. No good reason. And so the frustration you feel really is about that. The frustration you feel is that your desires are calling with such a loud voice. And often you get in the receptive mode where you actually hear the calling. The ideas are coming in such a powerful way, and yet you quell them in your habit.
I love that clip, you guys, because I cracked up a few times throughout it. There was just some really funny points there. So I hope you enjoyed that little laugh. One of my favorite points that she made there towards the beginning is that we all understood these concepts of non-resistance and going with the flow and easy manifestation when we were little. But we got talked out of it by others who forgot. But we don't need to forget anymore. We can remember. It's very easy to remember. We just don't have to listen to what the others say and go with how we feel. Because that's what she was saying, right? The way to release resistance is by caring about the way you feel. And by just practicing going along that path of least resistance. So just not resisting it, at least looking into it, exploring it. We have resistance because we don't know. The unknown causes resistance. Why is the unknown so scary to us? It just is, and that's okay, but it doesn't need to be. It's only scary because it's unknown. But if we learn and we know a little bit about it, not so scary, and we don't need to be so resistant. One of the other things that she said that really resonated with me was when she was talking about the determination to hold steady in a vibration that actually causes you to not reach out into the new things that could be really, really good for you. And you slow your momentum by doing that. And it's like in this guardedness of wanting to maintain our balance, we just stop the momentum because we don't trust our own ability to be able to keep that momentum and find that balance again. I had an experience years ago, about 3 years ago now, where a friend of mine invited me to go to a conference. It was Contact in the Desert. And he said, hey, I have a place. It's a place where, you know, a bunch of us can stay and you'll have a bed. Just come to the conference and hang out. And I was like, yeah, great. That sounds awesome. And then he told me that I would be sharing a room with 3 other women that I didn't know. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm kind of sensitive about my sleep and my energy and all the things. And I don't know. It's kind of, you know, I was resistant to it. And I know a lot of us who are sensitive about our energy can feel that way. And, you know, you need for me as an empath, I need my alone time. I need to be able to center. That's really important. And so I was super resistant, but I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm just going to do it. I'll bring a tent in case I need to have some alone space and I'll throw it up outside. I'll be good. So it turned out that these 3 women that I was roommates with for the weekend are the most amazing, intelligent, fabulous women like that you could ever put in a room together. I just fell in love with all 3 of them. I just felt like a kid again, having a sleepover with my besties. And I had just met these women. And if I had been like, yeah, no, I'm too resistant to that. I'll find my own place to stay, or I won't come at all, I would have never had that experience. And I'm so grateful that I let that wall down. And now I have these 3 beautiful friends who are still in my life. And they're the kind of friends, and I love these kind of friends because I'm this kind of friend, that I don't need to talk to them all the time. Whenever I see them, it's like it was just yesterday and we pick up right where we left off. And it's like not a moment has changed. And these are the kind of people that you meet when you release your resistance. And I just love that so much. And so just a reminder, we just need to get out of our own way and just be open to all of the possibilities. Be open to learning. Be open to getting out of your preconceived perceptions and that box that we all put things in, releasing all those judgments and just being open. It's a beautiful world out there. It just takes us getting out of our own way sometimes to see it. I love you. I love you all so, so much. And if any of you want to reach out to me, I haven't given you my email in a while. And if you have any suggestions about other topics you'd like to hear about or questions, I'd love to hear them. And my email is Erica, ERICA, @positivehead.com. I hope to hear from you. I'm going to leave you with a song today. This is Ziggy Marley, Love is My Religion. Until next time, I love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, I wanted to remind you about the game with the universe on our website, where you can choose the first number that comes to your mind and it'll pull up that episode number of the podcast. I've been saying this is a great way to co-create synchronicity and magic with your higher self for quite some time. And if you go to positivehead.com/universe, there is a super fun and simple interface to play this game with your higher self. I firmly believe just by setting the intention to play in this way, it opens up the door for magic, and it's a synchronistic way to hone in on nuggets of wisdom out of the huge catalog of episodes that are specifically appropriate for you at this time in your journey to becoming the next greatest and greatest version of yourself. And it also makes for a super fun way to spark the curiosity of friends and family by having them choose a number, so they'll hopefully go and check out their number as well, which I greatly appreciate because it helps us to spread the word about the podcast. Once again, the address is positivehead.com/universe. And also, our beloved sponsors, Purium, makers of the best organic, non-GMO health products, is doing a $400 superfoods giveaway as part of the kickoff for the Ultimate Autumn Health Reset and Group Cleanse that starts in September. As you all probably know, I personally use Purium's products on the daily for several years now. Absolutely love them. I'm so grateful to be partnered with this stellar, environmentally minded company. If you guys want to get the details on how to enter the giveaway, they can be found on Instagram, search @superfood.social, or on Facebook at bit.ly/Autumn Health Reset. That's B as in boy, I, T as in tiger, .ly/Autumn Health Reset. They're going to select a winner pretty quick on August 28th, so act fast. Be sure to tag or mention myself or Positive Head in your entry, and you can also join our Positive Plant Posse group on Facebook, so our Purium Positive Head team leader, Robin Tala, can connect with you. Otherwise, may you always be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yeah. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. I'll take you to the temple tonight. All my days I've been searching to find out what this life is worth. Through the books and Bibles of time, I've made up my mind. I don't condemn, I don't convert. This is a calling, have you heard? Bring all the lovers to the fold, 'cause no one is gonna lose their soul. Hey. Love is my religion. 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 Hey, you can take it or leave it, and you don't have Free spirits have to soar. With you I share the gift that we now know. Love is my religion. 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 I say you can take it or leave it. You don't have to believe it. Well, I'm done searching now. I found out what this life is worth. Yeah. Not in the books did I find, but by searching my mind.